As most everyone knows, I'm interested in technology, science, and engineering. While many of my classmates spend their time practicing their sports and getting involved with other recreational activities, or even just hanging out, I dabble with text editors trying to learn code. I'm often seen with my Mac screen, which looks like it's from The Matrix. Last year, while I was still a 7th grader, I saw this advertisement for the first ever STAB hackathon. This activity was right up my alley, but what really changed how I behaved in life was not being able to get in. Although middle schoolers were allowed to participate, I was 2 months too young. I could choose to accept it or fight the policy I felt was discriminatory to me. I decided to fight. I know what you're thinking. A hackathon, what is that? Is that why we have spotty internet? Why are we supporting hacking? Well, hacking, although most people perceive it to be bad, is actually the act of improving an object or process. So really a hackathon is a day-long session of trying to improve a technology. Hacking has gotten a bad reputation because it often involves hackers finding ways around security or other firewalls with computer software manipulations. A hacker can get into your bank account or steal your identity, but a hackathon is designed to put people together in an extended period of time to solve a problem collaboratively. This is exactly what I wanted to do, to work with like-minded people using technology. I registered for the hackathon as soon as the website went live. I knew there was a problem when I didn't get the confirmation email. I asked about the registration and was told that the participants had to be 13 years old. Apparently most of my academic class was old enough, but I was not. Who set this requirement? Why was it okay for other 7th graders but not me? We all have the same classes. Because I was 2 months too young, I contacted Mr. Minster, the high school coding programming teacher, who then sent me to Ms. Wilkins, who then told me that I was too young. After researching the rule set by Google, I learned that it was called the Child Online Protection Act, or COPA, which was passed in 1998 to protect children on the internet. Ultimately, the law was overturned in 2009, and I learned that it was more of a guideline anyway. We reviewed several documents and found that the arbitrary age of 13 was established by Google, but that cases should be evaluated individually because of varied online safety training. At STAB, we are definitely trained in safe practices. I appealed to my advisor, Ms. Phillips, at the time, and although she checked again, she said again there was no way to register. I went home for the holiday break defeated and disappointed, but after thinking about it more, I decided to appeal to Mr. Brennan. Mr. Brennan has always asked me to come and talk to him about anything, particularly about school and how the school can be improved. While letting me register for the hackathon would certainly improve the school, at least from my perspective. I wrote a long email to him stating my case. I explained that I had been excited about the robotics club called First Lego League, which is part of the middle school I was looking forward to. Previously, I was too young for the robotics league, but now I learned that I was too experienced and that the program would now be for younger students. I told him I had felt that I had the maturity to participate in the hackathon, particularly since the majority of my peers were able to join, but lacked the interest. I explained about the COPA and that my research showed as long as I have parental permission, it should be safe. Through school, I understood the precautions and I would have to take regarding my personal information when using online accounts. I signed it a disappointed Sammy. Well, Mr. Brennan met me immediately and said that I could attend the hackathon as his guest. Nervously, I came for the weekend and joined a group of STAB upper school students. They welcomed me into their group, and I never felt too young. We came up with a very good project. We'd create a computer game to teach people about online safety, which ironically was the exact thing I was apparently too young to understand as a 12-year-old. We had a working prototype using a Minecraft platform and presented our product after only 2 days of work. I learned so much during that weekend, especially that I was capable of working with older students and could still contribute to the project. So how did the hackathon change me? Persistence. I used research, allies, and a very long, slightly annoying email in order to circumvent an arbitrary rule that excluded me. President Donald Trump has been quoted as saying, "As long as you're going to be thinking anyway, think big." I take that sentiment to heart. When we accept something being told that we can't do something, it limits us. Finding a solution and fighting for what is right is so satisfying.